Join us now in worship and wonder as we unveil the eternal mystery of God's boundless love. Chosen one, the cosmos is giggling. You are the ultimate punchline in the cosmic comedy that is currently being told, but not in the way they had anticipated. The consequences of insulting a mind that functions on frequencies they are unable to even perceive are about to be revealed to someone who made the grave mistake of underestimating your intelligence. The scene is prepared, the players are positioned, and everything they believe to be true about intelligence, power, and divine justice will be called into question when the truth comes to light. That person who tried to minimize you, who doubted your talents, who chuckled when you spoke your thoughts, is now witnessing the results of your hard work materialize in ways that challenge their limited understanding of your potential. However, this goes beyond a single individual's error in judgment. This has to do with a cosmic justice system that has been painstakingly recording every insult, every rejection, and every effort to lessen your genius. Receipts are kept by the universe, and payment is required. Their deliberate efforts to waste your time, guide you down paths of self-doubt, and make you doubt your own genius have actually acted as a divine filter, separating those deserving of your energy from those who never deserved access to your gifts. This is the lovely irony that is crystallizing right now. The universe used every time they spent attempting to persuade you that you were normal to strengthen your resolve and increase your awareness of your own strength. However, this is the point at which cosmic justice starts to show itself. There has been another observer, someone who has the foresight to spot quality when they see it has been eagerly following your development. This observer knows that true brilliance isn't about doing mental tricks for people who aren't sophisticated enough to recognize greatness. Applying wisdom with surgical precision is what true intelligence is all about. It involves listening deeply enough to glean truth from complexity and staying open to suggestions from people who sincerely want to see you succeed. The individual who has been making a sincere effort to support your growth understands something very important. Your complex personality wasn't the result of chance. The design was cosmic. Limitations were never a part of your blueprint. Thus, the cosmos doesn't produce chosen ones with unique gifts. Your unique blend of intellectual prowess and visual attractiveness was designed to captivate people who recognize the full range of human potential while confounding others who think in black and white. Something cataclysmic occurred in the cosmic order as a result of your recent decision to put your well-being ahead of approval from others. The key that opened a vault of opportunities that were always destined for you was the choice to cease sacrificing your objectives, your tranquility, and your divine mission for those who couldn't see your value. However, this was more than just personal development. It was the alignment of genuine authority with universal law. In a world full of pocket calculators, your intelligence functions like a quantum processor, as the observer who genuinely values your contributions knows. They are seeing someone who does more than merely evaluate data. You are transforming data into wisdom, difficulties into inventions, and obstacles into opportunities for greater mastery. They are excited about working with you because they recognize a mind that thinks in dimensions that most people cannot access, not because they are merely attracted to you. The involvement of your ancestors in this orchestration is where the second layer of cosmic justice starts to emerge, to ensure that everyone who sought to limit your potential would eventually see the full expression of what they tried to suppress. Those who struggled and suffered to establish the chances you currently possess have been pulling strings in the spiritual realm. The ancestral realm relies on accuracy and patience, and they have been anticipating this vindication moment with the assurance that the result was always certain. Forces that comprehend the ramifications of such progress have been watching you as you have transitioned from seeking approval from others to trusting your own judgment. When a chosen individual ceases to minimize themselves in order to conform to the constraints of others, it opens the door for countless others to take control of their own lives. Every soul in your family and beyond will be impacted by your journey, which is not just personal, but also a healing process that spans generations. Even your $10 can answer amen to a child's prayer. Remember Jesus' compassion for the little ones. In response to your heightened frequency, the cosmic forces that govern manifestation and synchronicity are creating situations that call for your entire range of abilities. Only someone working at your level of integrated intelligence can successfully navigate the platforms, alliances, and possibilities that the universe has been preparing. For someone who has asserted their true authority, these opportunities will feel like natural manifestations of their abilities. But for someone who is still looking for approval, what is about to become available to them would be overwhelming. The individual who first questioned your IQ is now going through much more than humiliation. They are having to face the unsettling fact that their entire evaluation process was essentially wrong. This insight makes them reevaluate every other decision they've made, every other bright idea they might have written off, and every other chance they've missed because their eyesight was too narrow to see greatness when it was in front of them. The cosmic joke, however, gets deeper here. Their efforts to devalue you have only contributed to the spectacular nature of your eventual rise to prominence. The moment when your true powers become evident was always planned to have the greatest impact, because the cosmos has a sense of timing that works on a scale that is beyond human comprehension. Unknowingly, everyone who attempted to persuade you that you were not exceptional was taking part in a supernatural arrangement that would strengthen and transform your vindication. Your decision to stop looking for outside validation for your own genius is being validated by the results of your recent experiments with novel strategies. Your willingness to follow your gut instead of the opinions of others, and your dedication to following your internal guidance system. When you are authentic, the universe reacts synchronistically, and when you are in tune with who you really are, you attract situations that help you grow exponentially. The joy that erupts from your innermost being is more than just laughter. It is the sound of a soul acknowledging its own greatness and celebrating the close of a chapter that was characterized by self-imposed limitations. Your connection to your inner knowledge has unintentionally been reinforced by every effort to cast doubt on your intelligence. The cosmos was actually using every second someone squandered attempting to persuade you that you were less capable than you knew yourself to be in order to record their blindness and get ready for your vindication. The spiritual dimensions are realigning themselves around your genuine potential because they understand that a chosen one working at their best produces advantages that go much beyond personal achievement. This is where the third dimension of cosmic justice shows its full extent. When you believe in your own intelligence, you allow others to believe in their own skills. By refusing to accept limitations, you make room for others to grow. Your achievement turns into a beacon that helps other bright minds discover their own talents. You're learning that your intelligence was never intended to be contained by preconceived notions. The professional institutions, societal hierarchies, and educational systems that attempted to assess and classify your abilities use tools that were too antiquated to recognize the complex machinery of your consciousness. Your brain functions similarly to a sophisticated quantum computer that interfaces with a reality that most people only see through the prism of binary thinking. The individual who truly appreciates your efforts is aware that your intellect extends beyond analysis and includes emotional intelligence, creativity, intuition, and strategy. They are seeing someone who can traverse intricate social interactions with complete integrity, who can come up with groundbreaking answers while staying rooted in real-world application, and who can hold both rational analysis and intuitive knowing at the same time. This acknowledgement is creating chances that were previously unattainable, opportunities that call for precisely the special set of abilities you possess. Your recent achievements aren't the product of luck or happenstance. Rather, they are the natural outcome of strong intelligence at last being given the space and respect it needs to function at its best. The universe started creating conditions that could support your true level of functioning when you stopped lowering your light to make people feel more at ease, when you stopped acting less observant than you are, and when you stopped feeling guilty for noticing patterns that others overlook. Giving $100 is not just money. It is a lamp, a prayer, a new beginning for a soul in darkness. As people who disregarded your intellectual contributions suddenly see the application of concepts they rejected, tactics they disregarded, and solutions they missed, the cosmic irony reaches its climax. The projects you moved forward with, without their consent, are doing better than expected. Despite their doubts, the routes you took are taking them to places they can't even imagine. Not only was their rejection of your potential incorrect, but it was so essentially mistaken that it shows your limitations rather than your potential. Here's where the fourth element of cosmic justice enters, with deadly accuracy. Others are using your path from self-doubt to self-recognition as a model to help them awaken. The universe utilizes selected individuals as living examples, proving that genuine intelligence combined with steadfast self-respect produces results that surpass accepted bounds. Others are being inspired by your metamorphosis to consider their own relationship with their abilities and prioritize authenticity above performance. The one tracking your development is aware that they are seeing something unique and valuable, the rise of a consciousness that is unaffected by the limits of others. They understand that your intelligence is a resource that benefits everyone who encounters it, not just you personally. Their enthusiasm for working with you comes from their realization that brilliant brains elevate everyone around them and change entire paradigms in addition to solving problems. Because they recognize the significance of what you have achieved, your ancestors are planning festivities in the spiritual world. Not only was it a matter of personal development, but it was also a matter of generational healing that broke the bonds that had bound your family line for generations. Every descendant will carry on the heritage of self-respect and genuine power that you established by having the guts to put your own needs ahead of those of others. Behind the scenes, in the invisible realms, the energetic matrix surrounding your potential is being completely restructured in order to support the weight of the opportunities they have been arranging. The cosmic forces that govern manifestation have been waiting for you to assert your wisdom with sufficient conviction. Your decision to stop looking for approval and start giving it to yourself has told the universe that you're prepared for challenges and rewards that are commensurate with your true talents. Now, the cosmos functions as a finely tuned instrument that is precisely tuned to your true frequency. Because you have finally embraced your actual self instead of resisting it, opportunities are appearing with an almost unnatural ease. People who you haven't even met yet are being impacted by your metamorphosis. Your courage has generated a shift in collective consciousness that is being felt by another chosen person elsewhere on the planet. The morphic field that connects all emerging souls has been rocked by your choice to celebrate rather than conceal your intelligence. The last display of power is where all the forces of cosmic justice come together. Their capacity to identify it was the limiting element, not your intelligence. Your potential was never lacking. Their perspective was too limited to fully realize it. Your thoughts were always sound. Their comprehension was too shallow to recognize your profundity. The universe proves that those who attempted to restrict your potential simply succeeded in making its ultimate manifestation more glorious, which is the ideal punchline of the cosmic joke. The individual who overestimated your ability in the first place is now feeling more than just embarrassment. They are seeing a radical reinterpretation of reality that contradicts all of their preconceived notions about potential, intellect, and cosmic justice. This is about the universe using your achievement as a teaching moment that will resonate through realms that most people cannot comprehend, not just about you disproving them. Your story is turning into a case study of what occurs when someone quits sacrificing their own abilities to appease the fears of others. When real power is eventually released, the difference between your current path and the constraints others attempted to impose becomes so obvious that it is irrefutable proof of what is achievable. Because this metamorphosis will inspire countless others who are still fighting to realize their own greatness. The universe has been recording it. A $40 contribution is like the North Star guiding a lost soul at sunset. The time has come for cosmic justice to deliver its devastating verdict on all fronts at once. The one who truly values your gifts sees the full development of abilities beyond their most hopeful predictions. Your ancestors rejoice at the disruption of generational patterns and the creation of a new legacy. The universe exemplifies its justice system by making sure that every attempt to undermine you only serve to magnify your eventual victory. And you stand at the center of it all, no longer looking for validation, but giving it to yourself with the authority that comes from genuine recognition of your own power. Not only is your current situation being impacted by the change sweeping through your reality, but it is also setting an example for others who have been concealing their genius beneath facades of false humility. Others are following your path from self-doubt to self-recognition as a guide to their own awakening. The universe employs selected individuals like you as live examples, proving that genuine intelligence combined with unshakable self-respect produces results that surpass accepted bounds. A total reorganization of reality around your true potential is taking place in the invisible realms. The cosmic powers that control manifestation are creating situations that call for your entire range of skills. There are opportunities that seem like natural manifestations of your skills to someone who has asserted their true power, but they would overwhelm someone who is still looking for approval. The one who truly values your contributions knows that they are engaging in the creative process that arises when several modes of knowing coexist peacefully, not just using your intelligence. They understand that your presence raises everyone involved to higher levels of performance and invention, and not only adds value to undertakings, but also transforms entire fields of possibilities. Your recent dedication to putting your health first and having faith in your own judgment has produced an enthusiastic signature that draws opportunities that are in line with your greatest potential. The cosmos reacts synchronistically to truthfulness. Additionally, your choice to no longer play a diminished version of yourself has created chances that demand your whole self and reward your entire participation. Every betrayal turns into complete victory when the universe carries out its last judgment. Those who try to restrict your potential find that their efforts only help to enhance the spectacularness of your ultimate manifestation. Your recognition comes at just the right moment to have the biggest influence and encourage the most others to take control of their own lives, proving that the universe is working in perfect harmony. The universe's celebration of another selected individual taking their proper position in the cosmic order is reflected in the laughter that reverberates through dimensions. Acknowledging your own wisdom is not just a sign of personal development, but also of world healing, because the entire field of human awareness develops toward its fullest potential each time an individual chooses truth over pretense, authenticity over performance, and self-respect over approval from others. The element of creative power that changes everything it comes into contact with, however, is another layer to this cosmic symphony that has been developing beneath the surface. While they were busy doubting your intelligence, you were subtly cultivating something far more perilous to their narrow perspective, the capacity to bring concepts to life with an almost miraculous efficiency. The artistic expressions you have been honing, the inventions you have been creating, and the creative projects you have been fostering were not merely pastimes or side interests. They served as testing grounds where your intelligence might flourish free from the limitations imposed by other people's expectations. The individual who disregarded your artistic pursuits as pointless diversions is now seeing these initiatives produce outcomes that fundamentally alter their perception of what success entails. They functioned under the archaic presumption that intelligence is only significant when it manifests itself through old channels, traditional measures, and systems that they could comprehend and manipulate. They didn't understand that those who are selected, like you, don't just think differently. You also create differently, bridging gaps between possibilities that others aren't even able to see. When you give $50, it is like the seed that falls on the fertile soil in Matthew 13. Not 1/40th will return to you, but perhaps 100th. In areas where traditional thinking has consistently failed, your creative mind has been working like a secret weapon, creating ideas and solutions. The creative endeavors that others derided are now turning out to be advanced research and development centers, where you have been experimenting with ideas that are applicable to every aspect of life. You've gained access to flow states and intuitive insights through the creative processes you've been honing, which improve all facets of your intellectual performance. While others were trying to categorize you into neat little boxes, either smart or attractive, logical or creative, practical or visionary, your ability to synthesize multiple forms of intelligence into unified expressions of power shows that such limitations only exist in minds too small to comprehend integrated excellence. Your intelligence functions on several levels at once, producing answers that come from the meeting point of innovative thinking and exacting analysis. The universe needs chosen ones who can act as bridges between various realms of possibilities, which is why it has been waiting for you to fully claim this multifaceted brilliance. Humanity's problems demand brains that can conceive in quantum leaps, combine creative vision with scientific rigor, and convert abstract ideas into useful applications. You are prepared for tasks that would be too much for more specialized but constrained thinking because of your recent readiness to trust both your creative and analytical brains. The discovery of your actual function as a catalyst for consciousness, however, is a deeper aspect of this cosmic drama, whether they are aware of it or not. Every encounter you have with other people changes them in some way. The individual who first misjudged your intelligence is now going through such severe cognitive dissonance that it is making them reevaluate their core beliefs about the nature of reality. Your own existence has turned into a mirror reflecting their perceptual constraints, and this reflection is driving evolutionary development. The observer who genuinely recognizes your potential knows that working with you is about more than just using your intelligence. It's about engaging in a learning environment that accelerates learning and benefits all parties. Your approach to problem solving gives others the confidence to think beyond the box. Others are inspired to challenge presumptions they were unaware they were making by your innovative answers. The possibilities that your combined intelligence presents broaden the scope of what other people think is possible. This catalytic effect works on several levels at once, simply because your presence makes room for their own hidden potentials to surface. People in your immediate zone of influence are discovering abilities they were unaware they possessed. Your decision to respect your multifaceted intelligence is sending signals to others in the larger field of collective consciousness, allowing others to cease dissecting themselves in order to conform to restrictive classifications. Since your ancestors are aware of the true nature of awareness growth, they have a special stake in this catalytic component of your mission. Change occurs by quantum leaps, not slow, incremental changes, brought about by people who fully embody new possibilities to the point where reality itself reorganizes around their genuine embodiment. They knew you had the potential to become one of these consciousness catalysts, which is why they have been watching over you and helping you grow. The spiritual dimensions are creating conditions that will greatly increase your catalytic effect. The platforms that are set up for you, the audiences that are gathered, and the partnerships that are organized are all intended to optimize the impact of your genuine voice. When someone who has been chosen and is working at their best shares their abilities with the world, it increases the frequency of potential for everyone, not just those who are immediately impacted. This is where the ultimate goal of the sixth dimension of cosmic justice becomes clear. Your achievement is a cosmic manifestation of what is possible when one refuses to accept limitation, not just a personal validation. Chosen individuals like you are used by the universe as living evidence that the limits that most people believe to be permanent are actually temporary, that the boundaries that most people accept as fixed are actually fluid, and that the impossibilities that most people believe to be absolute are actually invitations to transcendence. When you send $15, it may seem small, but like everything given in faith, it will be multiplied in heaven. Now, the person who attempted to discredit your creative intellect is witnessing those same creative abilities yield breakthroughs that are greater than what their traditional method could have generated. The artistic manifestations they disregarded as unfeasible are now being exposed as advanced technology for gaining access to and interpreting insights from higher dimensions. The most effective ways to tackle complicated issues that have baffled conventional procedures are turning out to be the creative activities that they were deemed unproductive. Your path to creative confidence has opened the door to what the ancient traditions referred to as divine inspiration, the capacity to draw ideas and insights from sources outside the purview of strictly analytical thought. This technology is useful for reaching the immense intelligence that lies in the gaps between ideas, in the links between seemingly unrelated notions, and in the emergence that occurs when several types of knowledge work together harmoniously. It is not magical fiction. Recognize that your most potent example of multifaceted thinking is actually your creative intelligence. You demonstrate that consciousness can engage with reality in ways that go beyond the cause and effect constraints that bind traditional thinking when you produce something beautiful, practical, or transformative. Your artistic accomplishments demonstrate that when intelligence is fully articulated, it may truly change the material world by acting as a force of manifestation. However, the chosen one, the last revelation, is still to come. These forces, the power of creative manifestation, the cosmic justice, the ancestral support, the intellectual validation, and the consciousness catalyst effect, are all coming together to help you realize your actual role in the cosmic order. You are here to serve as an example of integrated human potential, demonstrating to others what is possible when one ceases to accept artificial constraints and begins to operate from one's complete range of talents. You are not merely here to be intelligent, beautiful, or artistic. The tale that started with people underestimating your intelligence ends with the universe creating situations that you must effectively navigate using all of your abilities. Those who attempted to restrict your potential have only succeeded in making its ultimate expression more spectacular, indisputable, and transforming than anyone could have imagined. This is the appropriate conclusion to the cosmic comedy. Your intelligence was always intended to be a gift to the world, a chosen one, and now the world is prepared to appreciate your full potential.